last year, I sat in a meeting and I didn't understand half of what was being said in the room. Not because I wasn't smart, but because I was new. And I sat there running the math in my head. I am 57 at that time. I've built my whole career. I have built teams. I have been the person that other people come to for answers. Yet in that room, I was the one who didn't know. If you felt like that type of discomfort that comes from being the newbie again after you have spent decades being great at something, I need you to hear something before you run to decide that there's something wrong with you. It's a trap. I call it the expert trap. The belief that your worth is tied to something that has added value in the past. So the second that you don't know, some part of you panics, like you're losing status. But what if being a newbie again isn't all that bad? If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Maria Martinez and this is the Inner Authority Project. And here we talk about all things about rebuilding the trust in that person who might have been buried under other people's expectations, maybe your own perfectionism, or maybe under years of performing competence instead of practicing curiosity. So today I want to make the case of being a beginner again. See, the thing that you're avoiding might just be the sharpest advantage that you have today. There are three things that I believe that a beginner has that experts have lost already. And I call it the beginner authority. See, inner authority, the beginner authority. It all comes together. Yes or yes? And it's made out of three key and significant advantages. Take note, because I'm going to spell them out one by one, and maybe you'll come to realize, just like I have, that being a newbie is not all that bad. In fact, it can become our superpower. If you're ready, let's dive in. Advantage number one, the question advantage. Experts stop asking even basic questions because they're afraid that they will expose them. They're afraid that they shouldn't ask questions because they already should know the answer. Beginners, on the other hand, they ask the questions that everybody else might be thinking and are afraid of asking. And it's usually the question that needed to be answered. If you are a beginner right now, you have permission to ask questions that nobody else in the room will. All right? Advantage number two, the fresh eyes advantage. And I believe that there's a degree of familiarity that comes with blindness. The longer that you have been looking at something, the more you stop seeing it. Let me say that one more time. The longer that you have been looking at something, the more that you stop seeing it. Because basically you go on autopilot. You start to see only patterns. A beginner walks in and sees what has been broken for 10 years because nobody else has looked at it directly for that long. Nobody has looked at it. Beginner walks in, oops, and they see it right away. So there's that beginner fresh eye advantage. And number three, the nothing to protect advantage. And I love this one. This is big because as an expert, you have a reputation, you want to protect your credibility, right? You've spent all your life building this thing, so you don't want anything to come and stain that. You don't want anything to interfere with that. That means every move gets filtered through this. Does this make me look like I know what I'm doing filter? You know, that filter that we use when we want to pretend that we know that we're doing, right? Fake it till you make it maybe, or faith it till you make it, like some of my friends call it. But that's the filter that we act through. Let me make sure that I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. And that is very much something that an expert will do. But what about a beginner? A beginner says, hey, I have nothing to protect yet. which means you can actually move faster, try that weird idea, and recover in a way that the expert in the room cannot afford to. You're not behind, my friend. And let me just say that perhaps you're just unprotected in the best possible way, fellow newbie, right? We're all newbies in this phase of life. Knowing the trap and knowing those 3 amazing advantages, I would love for you to do one thing for me, because you know I'm all about action. And if we want to move from where we have been to where we want to be in this phase of transformation and self-discovery and finding again ourselves, right? We have to take action. So I'd like you to do one thing for me. I would like for you to write down one thing that you have been avoiding. Maybe it's a class. Maybe it's a hobby or a career pivot. Maybe it's a conversation. It might just be something that you're avoiding because you're afraid to be a newbie again. And I want you, as you pause there for a second, to envision what that might be like. Giving yourself permission to look at it again through the eyes of a beginner. Asking all the questions, the fresh eyes, the nothing to lose and no fear, because you know that, hey, it's all good. You got this after all, right? What if that was your superpower? If you're standing at the edge of this beginner's version of you and you want a starting point, I invite you to download my Jumpstart Guide, which is especially designed to help us find that little edge that will just take us to the next level. The link is on the description below, and I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and in the comments and tell me, are you seeing this trap? Are you able to look at life again through a newbie's eyes? And tell me what you're most looking forward to. I look at every single comment, and I believe, my friend, that this can be our superpower. Jump on and let me know your thoughts. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until next time, this is Dr. Maria Martinez. Goodbye.